right, episode 225, October 31st, 2024. I've been told this is some sort of holiday. I'm unfamiliar with that.
Did you ever go trick-or-treating as a kid?
Yeah, obviously. It's just, who cares?
Did you just dress up in like your baseball uniform?
I think when I was younger, I probably had a couple of real costumes. I don't know. I don't remember these things. Yeah, October 31st, 2024, predictions episode 225. So the 2025 season, the predictions 225 episode number. Wow, that's something. But I guess we'll start with the exhibition game, which I don't think we need to do too much on this.
Okay, sure.
We could do something on it.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wrote down some positives, some worries, whatever. Tomislav looked good. Kind of need him to be available starting the year, but we'll see what happens. 24 minutes for him. He was 5 of 6, 2 of 3 from 3, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 steal for him. Brad talked about how good he is in stretching the floor and how much of a benefit that is to the team. So we'll definitely need him. Tommy, what's up? Quackle, what's going on? Kasparis. Gosh, I hate that we're gonna have to say this name all year. KJ played 27 minutes. He was 3 of 9, 1 for 6 from 3. I didn't realize he took 6 threes. 12 points for him, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 turnovers for him, and a block. Definitely some big positives with him. Apparently you really like him.
Big fan, yeah.
The predictions. So
I will say about Ivisic, everything we saw from him in the Ole Miss game was what I saw in Europe. So
yeah,
not a surprise.
Are you ever gonna post that video?
Probably not. It'll probably get taken down.
Okay. DGL had good minutes. He played 22. Had 15.
Also, you can really see the talent from Kasparis.
Really see the talent.
You can really see it when you're watching him play.
Yeah.
There's some things that need to be adjusted.
Yeah, he had some bad passes, but nothing crazy. I mean, 4 turnovers.
He looked way further along. He looked way further along the other 18-year-olds.
Yeah. DGL, 22 minutes for him, 15 points, 6 of 10, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 rebounds, a block, a steal, 2 turnovers. Thought he was really good. I thought DGL is, before the game, I didn't know how much he would play. I think he's going to get a good amount of minutes. His shooting was really well. Shot 50% from 3. So Brad talked about how he needs to play better defense a little bit, but other than that, I thought he was good. I thought Merez Johnson was also pretty good. Only played 13 minutes, but he was 3 for 4 from the field, 7 points, 6 rebounds, only 1 turnover for him. Will Riley hit some threes later in the game. You probably didn't see him because you were on your phone. But he kind of struggled a little bit. You could tell he was younger. So 18 minutes for him, 2 of 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers. My worries, the defense, as Tommy said, they need to play some D. A lot of it was the bigs not closing out on 3-point shooters. Ole Miss was 12 of 23 from 3, 48.6% from the field. So need guys to close out. Defense struggled, but Boswell, Hummerkaus, White, and Rogers seemed to struggle a little bit in this game with their roles and what they need to do. Boswell's numbers were actually better than I thought, though. He played 25 minutes. He was 3 of 5 from the field.
Fine.
Yeah. He didn't seem there. I don't know why, but maybe it was just me.
You were being very negative.
I guess I was. He had 9 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 turnovers. That's the other, big worry is the turnovers. 20 turnovers for this team, 22 maybe. I don't know. It was a lot. Boswell, Kasparis turned it over 7 times, and then Ty turned it over 4 times. So 3 main ball handlers, I would say. I mean, I know Ty Rogers isn't our point guard anymore, and he really wasn't towards the end of the year. But I feel like this team kind of, Brad wants to run, and you don't have that Terrence Shannon or that Io DeSumo to run for you. So it'll be interesting to see what guy can take over that role. When they did run, there were a lot of turnovers also. So Ole Miss played really good defense. They attacked early. They were aggressive. And I really think Brad went into this with no game plan, just throw the guys out there, see what happens. And he talked about how they haven't practiced against 5 switching defense. And so they practice on that a little bit. But again, I think that Brad expected this. He said, quote, exactly what we needed. It's why we scheduled it. Did the same thing with Butler and got somebody old, trying to get the freshmen to realize that they're going to play against older, stronger guys. He also said, quote, you're never going to win road games turning the ball over 22 times, just horrendous turnovers. All in all, it's time to go make some changes and look in the mirror and play the guys that don't turn it over. And more importantly, play the guys that guard. So Brad,
hate to say it, Brad, but I don't think this team has either.
Are we in trouble?
No, definitely not.
You don't think we are, so.
Nope. I feel great.
He did say that they only had 7 turnovers against Butler in that exhibition that was over 40 minutes. So
there's no chance that's true.
That's what he said.
I don't believe that.
And then he said, quote, I was going to be shocked if there was a different outcome. When you practice against yourself, you have 10 new guys and a lot of youth. You get comfortable with what you go against. When you see the other piece and what it looks like, you can really focus. They found out they need each other. So again, I think Brad said, go play however you want, and then we're going to fix things. So he did question the leadership and talked about the youth in this. So already on that, he said, quote, really frustrated on the defensive side, and we haven't had more leadership step up, and I haven't gotten them there yet. So Brad already questioning leadership on this team. Not a good sign, in my opinion. But
your opinion on this matter is trash because I don't care what Brad says about this team in October.
Okay.
You really think he's giving it to us straight? I mean, look at some of these quotes. Shocked if there was a different outcome. They had 7 turnovers against Butler. Okay. Nobody saw that, so he could just lie about it.
Okay. Brad's just lying to us. All right. On to predictions. Who cares about that exhibition game?
He's a politician.
Who do you think? So, do you think the same starters start? I mean, if Thomas Love is available, of course, against Eastern on Monday.
Probably. I could see a scenario where Humrickhouse doesn't start.
Okay. I guess we didn't really do.
Who are the starters?
Breakdown for Eastern. KJ, Boswell, Humrickhouse, Thomas Love, and who was the 5th starter?
Riley? No,
Riley didn't start.
Ivicic? Trey White?
Oh, Trey White. Yeah, Trey White. Your boy. Anywho.
Yeah, that's fair. Working on something here. Hold on. This is for the show.
See, you said this was cooler when you were live, but I don't think it is.
We'll do this.
Oh, okay.
At the end. We'll do it at the end. Wing it, too.
All right. Imbrots, Humrickhouse had a steal in the 4 in that game.
You said the word "in" twice. I don't know why. It says
sorry. My brain's not braining today. All right. Let's just
predictions. My predictions are going to be fully accurate. Trust me. I will get this one right. Guaranteed. Lock.
All right. Sure.
Non-conference Illinois will go 9-2. Their only losses will come early in the season to Alabama, on November 13th. Nope, it's 20th and 13th. November 20th, Alabama, and they will lose on the 28th on Thanksgiving to Arkansas. After that, they will take down Tennessee. They will take down Missouri. They will beat Duke. Because you know what? What I don't understand with you picking against them, against Duke, right?
Mm-hmm.
This team is incapable of losing games at Madison Square Garden, okay? They will not lose. I don't care. I don't care. Last year it was, FAU was in the Final Four last year. Year before that it was,
FAU's not Duke.
Texas is a Chris Beard team. They're top 5. Oh, come on.
All right.
We can't discount the Texas one. Texas finished 5th on KenPom that year. Made it to the Elite 8.
You're
nice
hopping
try.
all over the screen. Anyways.
In conference, this is where I become you from like 3 years ago. I went through every game of the schedule, and somehow I came to the conclusion that they would go 16-4 in the Big Ten. I will say this, to back it up. This team, there's no clear winner in the Big Ten. We'll have our Big Ten rankings in a minute. There's no clear winner in the Big Ten. There's no clear favorite, I should say.
It's true.
16-4. Illinois hasn't won an outright regular season Big Ten title under Brad Underwood, except for 2021, which was stolen from them. Stop the steal. Said that earlier. And then 2 years ago with Wisconsin, they shared it. They were better than Wisconsin that year. 3 years ago, whatever, 2022. Lost in the second round.
But you still, yesterday you thought UCLA was winning the Big Ten. So
this is
16-4
Illini-centric.
Big Ten.
This is Illini-centric. They will win the Big Ten.
Okay.
My prediction's this is a Big Ten, completely unbiased view. UCLA was my team. So
Okay.
Nationally, UCLA is my Big Ten winner. For this podcast, Illinois is my Big Ten winner. And the only reason that we can just say that Illinois is my winner now in every way, because I didn't go through Illinois' schedule. The way the schedule lines up, I think they can go. I have all 4 road losses. I think they will have a year where they dominate at home. It won't be because of the Orange Crush, because the Orange Crush, of course, an incompetent group. The Illini will go 16-4. Your 4 road losses are at Oregon. Oregon is a good team. They return some big players. Oregon returning 2 former 5-stars, plus Shellstad, who had a good freshman year last year, as well as our guy TJ Bamba, the former Washington State Cougar and Villanova Wildcat last year. At Indiana, they will lose. Indiana's strong roster, tough place to play. I think Illinois will keep that close. I think Illinois maybe have a chance to win at the end of that game, but they'll lose because it's rigged. At Rutgers, tough place to play. Illinois winning their last year, beat the piss out of them. Rutgers, though, this year, much more talented roster. The metrics hate Rutgers. I'm not going to let that blind me. I think Rutgers is probably right around, maybe a little bit better than where they are in the AP poll. I think they're probably a top 22 team in the country going into the season. I think AP, they're 25th? So
yeah,
I think Illinois loses that game. It's a road game, tough environment, good head coach, and obviously 2 5-star freshmen plus a couple other good returning pieces. Hold on, including our guy Jeremiah Williams. I've been talking a lot. Jeremiah Williams on the Rutgers.
You are on one right now.
Somebody's got to be. You said your brain wasn't working, so I stepped
it's
up.
An on. It's
at Michigan. I have them losing at Michigan, not at Michigan State. Michigan State, I will go to the season saying Michigan State is one of the most overrated teams in the country. I don't like their roster. I don't think they're even remotely top 3 in the Big Ten, let alone top 5. I have them way below them. I have Michigan ahead of them. Michigan is going to be a better coached team because Tom Izzo should have retired 2 or 3 years ago. Not buying into the Tom Izzo roster thing again. We're not doing that. Michigan will be good, much better than they've been. They have a legitimate head coach right now who, let's be honest, Dusty May did not do a very good job at FAU last year. FAU brought back just about everybody from a Final Four team. Did that team a couple years ago, were they really a Final Four team when you look at their roster? Like, no, their road there wasn't really that difficult. I mean, the Purdue lost to FDU in that region, I believe. So, either way, he's got a good roster this year, more resources. They're going to be tough to guard. They got, Danny Wolf from Yale and Golden from FAU as well. So they're going to be big, strong. I think Illinois loses at Michigan. 25-6 overall is somehow what I came to. I don't know if that is going to happen. So don't clip this.
What do you mean? You just said that it's happening. What are you backtracking now?
That's why you sit on the fence. Sitting on the fence.
Terrible.
So 25-6 with these wins. 25-6 could be a 1 seed if they beat Duke and they beat Tennessee and they beat Purdue and they beat Michigan State, who stinks, by the way. If they beat some of these teams, if they beat UCLA, do they play UCLA? They do, right? It's a home game.
Yes. Yeah.
So 25-6 is what I got to. This is the most optimistic I've ever been with the Illini team. Am I going to be wrong? Who's to say?
I think you had him predicted as a 7 seed last year. Is that correct?
They basically were.
I'm just saying you're usually not this optimistic.
Well, there you have it. That crunch the numbers. I guess I do my other stuff now. Players. Kasparis will lead the team in points with 15.4 points per game. He will lead the team in rebounds with 6.1 rebounds per game. And he will lead the team in assists with 4.2 assists per game. DGO will lead in steals 1.4. DGO will be your breakout player. DGO will be the 6th or 7th man on this roster by the end of the season.
Yeah. Did you realize who you had to delete for breakout player from last year? Let's just throw it out there that Ethan's breakout player last year was Dane Danger.
He had a good finish to the season.
Jeffrey gives you shit all the time about Dane Danger, and you picked him as the breakout player.
It's crazy, but so I mean, Kasparis leading in points, rebounds, and assists. I think that's the most likely outcome out of like if you divide everything points, rebounds, and assists. Let's say the combo is Kasparis, Tomislav, Boswell. That's a less likely combo than Kasparis.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And Will Riley did not show us a thing in the exhibition. He hasn't shown us anything that we've seen that makes us think that he's ready for the prime time. Kasparis, while he does some Matthew Meyer-esque things with shot selection, he looks the part of a 6'6" freshman. He looks the part of what people have been saying about him, that he's a legitimate NBA prospect. I think he looks the part. I don't care. Like if the one worry about him right now is decision-making, that's a great spot to be in.
That's true.
Anybody that thinks otherwise, you are a geezer and you need to stop watching basketball. Next, on to you.
All right. I got them going 8-3 in the non-conference. Losses to Alabama, Tennessee, and Duke. So I got them beating Missouri. I would never. That's you. I got them going 13-7 in the conference.
By the way, I don't want to jump all over you here.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I will anyway.
Let me say what I'm going to say.
Hang on, just real quick non-conference point. Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Duke. That combo of 4 teams are playing has never looked harder than it does right now. Yeah. Like Alabama looks really good preseason. Arkansas looked really good preseason. Duke beat Arizona State by 56 preseason. I don't know who the winner of that fake game between Indiana and Tennessee was, but what I saw from Tennessee, Tennessee looked really good from what I saw in the first half. So whatever. And Indiana winning that sounds pretty unlegitimate, illegitimate.
I think they won by 4 or something.
Rigged.
I had Illinois 14-6 in the conference when I first did this, and I'm like, Ethan's going to give me crap if I, have him only losing 6 games, and then he goes 16-4. So I changed it to 13-7, and I added a loss to start the season at Northwestern. And I don't love the pick. I just think that Illinois is not going to be there yet. I just have a feeling. So I have them losing at Northwestern, at Oregon, at Indiana, at Michigan State, at Rutgers, at home against UCLA, your favorite for the Big Ten yesterday. Changed now. And then at Michigan. So pretty similar in the losses besides my 2 extra ones. 3 extra ones. Anyways, 21-10 overall. Brad gets another 20-win season. I got him as a 5 seed in the tournament. My scorer is also Kasparis, 14.2. My rebounder is Merez Johnson. I think if Tomislav isn't going to play for the first 10 games, I think Merez is going to grab some boards for us. So
what about Trey White?
What about him?
He could be close to rebounds.
Can he? I thought you didn't like him.
I don't think he should play at all, but if he's gonna play.
He's gonna start. Philip says Tennessee is overrated. And Will Riley will be a force by the end of the season.
Calling Tennessee overrated does nothing to damage what I said about the 4 non-conference teams they play.
Assists, I got Kasparis also 3.6. I don't think there's going to be a lot of assists. And then steals, I got DGL also 1.2. And then I did thinking before we started, I'm like, breakout player's got to be a guy that returns, right? So I'm going to go DGL. I had Tomislav down, but I'm going to go DGL. I changed it in my mind while I was sitting here for 45 minutes while you tried to print out a piece of paper. All right.
Let me ask you an important question. So, with what we saw from Kasparis in the Jackachunas, as they call him in the broadcast,
yeah.
From what we saw, the way he plays, is the way that he fires off shots it's sustainable enough to where he can shoot 35% from three?
I don't know.
We should do over-unders.
I mean, he was 1 of 6
next year. Let's just do a quick over-under segment.
Okay, sure.
Just throw this in here. Okay. I'll write down a couple things here. You can entertain the audience.
Okay. Embrot says I'm going to wait until after the EIU game to guess the record and get some idea about it. I don't know if the EIU game is going to be much of a litmus test. Like Illinois should win that game by 20.
50.
50. As long as, I mean, since it's not an exhibition game, which they like to lose those against Eastern, I think they'll be all right. What are you writing down?
Over-unders.
And I just got to sit here while you do this. Why don't you say it while you're reading it? And then I'm
writing.
While you're writing it. Why don't you read it while you're writing?
I got one more.
Okay. How's everybody feeling today? What are you being for Halloween? Give us your Halloween costumes. I'm sure everybody here
all right
is 50 plus.
That's enough of that. All right. Over-unders. We got 4 of them. Just came up off the top of my head. These are brilliant. DGL. Over-under 7.5 points per game.
I'm going to go over. I think DGL is going to average 9 points per game.
All right. Here's one for you. Merez Johnson. Over under 5.5 double doubles.
Ooh.
Woo.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over with that.
Wow.
I think Merez is going to play. I mean, he had 7.6 rebounds in 13 minutes. I guess it depends on how much. Is he only going to play 10 minutes?
That's not a double-double.
Under. Let's go under. Okay. Yeah, but I thought if he played 25 minutes a game, you double those numbers. That's a double-double.
Okay. Kasparis, Jackachunas, over under 34.5% from three.
Under.
Negative.
33.5.
All right, the big one. Tomislav Ivisic, over under 24.5 games played.
How many games they play? 31.
We can count the entire season. It could be like 37.
Yeah. How many did you say?
24.5.
I'm gonna say over. I think him playing in the exhibition has to say that they're close, right?
I'm gonna come up with one more just for fun. I had a good time.
Are you gonna predict any of these? Or?
No,
just me. Okay. DGL over, Merez under, JK under, Tom over.
Kylan Boswell, season high assist game. Will it be over or under 6.5 assists? Will he have a game with 7 assists, or will he not ever have a game with 7 assists?
I don't think he will have a game with 7 assists. I will take the under.
All right, we're going to do one more, folks. One more. Ready? Here we go. This is a big one. This is a big one. Ready? This will be similar to the Boswell. Will Riley.
If you know it, why don't you just say it? Why are we writing this down?
I'm making it up off the top of my head. I was writing it while I was thinking about it. Jeez. Will Riley, will he have a game this season over 19.5 points?
Who? Yes.
All right, that's it. I don't want to do
Early
too
season
more.
game.
So I basically wrote them all down. There.
Maybe against Eastern.
I got the answers right there. So, all right. There we go. We'll revisit those later date, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you won't lose that somewhere.
I'm just going to stick it off to the side in my college basketball pile for the rest of the year. All kinds of stuff. I mean, I still got the
Bracket.
The bracket's still up right over there. I got to erase that. It's going to take a while.
Marsman says Boswell over and Will Riley, yes. Nobody else cares.
Those will be revisited. Boom. All right. Our Big Ten preseason rankings. I think we should go one at a time, 18-1.
Okay.
All right. So 18.
Minnesota.
I have Penn State. I have Penn State going 18. 17.
Nebraska.
Northwestern is where I'm going. That one, 16.
Wow. Washington.
I also have Washington, 15.
Penn State.
Iowa for me, 14.
Iowa.
I'm going to go Maryland, 13.
USC.
Minnesota, 12.
Northwestern.
USC for me, 11.
Maryland.
Nebraska, I think it's wild that you'd have Nebraska 17th. I have them 11th.
Okay.
10th, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
9th.
Rutgers.
I have Ohio State. 8th.
Michigan.
That
Probably
fraud Michigan State, I have 8th.
Okay.
7th.
Ohio State.
I have Michigan. 6th.
Oregon.
Yikes. I have Rutgers.
It's literally 2 off from you.
5th.
I have Purdue in 5th.
I have Indiana 5th.
Okay.
4th.
Illinois.
Oregon for me. 3rd.
Michigan State. Apparently they're frauds, so I better change that.
I have Purdue. 2nd.
UCLA.
I have Illinois. 1st.
Wait, Illinois is winning the Big Ten. How do you have Illinois?
This is how I wrote it, so I'm sorry.
You got to flip-flop them. First, if you watched the show yesterday, I think Indiana is going to win the Big Ten.
It is better for clicks if I say UCLA is the number 1 team in the Big Ten going into the season. UCLA led by Sky Clark, who's going to be 9th or 10th in their rotation.
Yeah, so there you have it. I'm sure Ethan will post that on Twitter or something.
I will.
No, he won't.
We have X Premium. I can post all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna type it and post it right now.
Heck yeah.
So you go ahead and entertain the crowd since you said I wouldn't post it.
What do you want me to entertain them with now? This next part, you actually did something.
Nope. Hang on. You can just talk to them and read all their comments. Everybody comment.
Yes. Will, yes, over. Yes. Wow, this is going to be fun.
I don't have to type it. I can just copy and paste it. What am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing. Put it in bold. Can we put it in bold?
Yeah. It looks weird if the whole thing's in bold, though.
It was a joke.
I know it wasn't.
I saw that Elon made it so you have to click it to get bold now or something. Yep.
People are going to question why you have.
Why I'm an Indiana fan?
Yeah.
Let them come at us. I don't care.
They'll be coming at you, not us.
Let them come at me. I don't care.
I'm gonna bold our top 3. That'll be funny looking.
I'm gonna be really mad I put Illinois at 4, but
there we go. I posted it.
All right. Next up,
Big Ten non-conference games to watch. Something that I did. Ha ha. Purdue plays Alabama on November 15th and Auburn on December 21st. UCLA plays Arizona on December 12th in Phoenix. Illinois, of course, we went over this, plays Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Duke. Rutgers, they play Alabama November 27th. My God, Alabama plays everybody. They play Houston on November 30th. They have a huge showdown that we've been talking about against Seton Hall on December 14th.
Yeah.
December 21st, they play one of the better mid-major schools in the country this year. Princeton in the Never Forget Tribute Classic in Newark, New Jersey. Ohio State plays Texas on Monday, November 4th, first game of the season. I believe Texas is minus 4.5 on the in the betting markets on that game. They play Auburn December 14th. Iowa plays Iowa State December 12th. Michigan State plays Kansas November 12th. Michigan plays Wake Forest November 10th and Arkansas December 10th. Maryland plays Marquette November 22nd and Villanova the 24th. We'll skip over this one for now. Wisconsin November 15th against Arizona. December 7th against Marquette. Northwestern plays Dayton on November 9th. USC plays St. Mary's on November 28th. Nebraska plays St. Mary's on November 17th and Creighton on November 22nd. It is unbelievable that you go through Indiana's schedule and there's not one notable non-conference game. It is the most pathetic non-conference schedule I have ever seen in the history of the sport. How about that?
Not even trying, huh?
Listen to this schedule for Indiana. They play SIUE, Eastern Illinois. So they start out the exact same way Illinois does, except reverse. Then they play KenPom 67th ranked South Carolina. Then they play UNC Greensboro, all 4 games at home. Then they play KenPom 64th ranked Louisville. Then they play Sam Houston State, Miami of Ohio, Chattanooga, and Winthrop. That is a cowardly schedule. Cowardly. I will say, I think Louisville can keep it pretty close with them. But other than that, I mean, you have – so if you just look at the Big Ten, the highest-ranked KenPom opponent going into the season, which this you take all this stuff with a grain of salt. That's fine. I'm just saying on the surface, on paper, could it end up being a somewhat difficult non-conference with South Carolina and Louisville being much better than expected? Yeah, sure. But still, the point remains. Indiana's highest-ranked team on KenPom in the non-conference is 64th ranked South Carolina. For Purdue, it's number 4 Alabama or number 3 Auburn and number 4 Alabama. For Illinois, it's number 4 Alabama. Sorry, it's number 2 Duke, I should say. I apologize. God damn it, 0 for 2. For UCLA, it's 8th ranked Arizona, and I just forgot when they play Gonzaga as well on the 28th of December. For Oregon, it is number 12 Creighton. For Ohio State, it's number 3 Auburn. They also play Texas. For Iowa, they play Iowa State, who's 6th. And we're not going to pat them on the back. It's a rivalry game. They play anyway. For Michigan State, it's number 7 Kansas. For Michigan, it's number 25 Arkansas, who's expected to be actually better than that. And they also play Oklahoma, who's a top 40, and Wake Forest, who's a top 50. For Maryland, it is number 22 Marquette. For Wisconsin, it's number 8 Arizona and number 22 Marquette. For Northwestern, it's number 27 Dayton. Pretty cowardly, but whatever. For USC, it is number 34 St. Mary's. A little cowardly. St. Mary's is good, though. For Nebraska, it's Creighton. Rivalry game. Not going to give them too much of a pat on the back. Minnesota doesn't play anybody, and they stink anyway, so who cares? Penn State is
not even on
thing.
here.
Penn State's the same thing. For Rutgers, they play number 1 Houston and number 4 Alabama. These are KenPom rankings, by the way. For Washington, it's irrelevant because they stink too. So, just saying, like Indiana, pretty cowardly. Right? I mean, am I wrong? I mean, come on.
Yes.
I'm wrong?
No.
So, yeah. Indiana plays nobody.
Rough.
Shocked to
Tough
hear that.
look.
It is really like, what are you doing? None of the other Big Ten teams that are supposed to be good had a problem finding a schedule. Why do they? All right. Finish with this. Illinois, Eastern Illinois, Monday night, 7 o'clock Central, Big Ten Network Plus, BTN Plus. Brilliant. We can listen to the 11-year-olds call the game. Should be interesting. Illinois opening the season again against Eastern Illinois. Last year, entirely different Illini team beat Eastern Illinois 80-52. Of course, if their offense was what it became a couple months later, Illinois probably drops 120 in this game. Marcus Damask only had 6 points. Ty Rogers, 6 points. Quincy Guerrier, 4 points. Terrence Shannon only had 16. The lead scorer in this game for the Illini was
Dane Danger.
somebody that's on the team right now.
Ty Rogers.
I already said Ty Rogers.
AJ Red. DGL.
DGL had 18 points in the game. He was 7 for 10 from the field. His best game. So
yeah, and then he got benched.
yeah. Eastern this year, Cooper Jacoby, Nikhil Shelton, RT Stapleton, Corey Sawyer Jr., Obadiah Curtis, Zion Frooster, Sakua Kale, Rodolfo Ballas, Lazar Grubovich, and Isaiah Griffin is their roster top 10 projected contributors. Like I said, they are number 332 on Ken Palm last season. They finished 320. Marty Simmons is back, the head coach. Illinois should get this done pretty easily. There's not much to say about this game. We don't need to do too much studying. We've already done a video this week, 2 videos. We had a watch party last week, a watch party Monday night. My prediction right now, I'll just throw it out there. Illinois will score 105 points, 105 to 60, the final score. The Illini get it done, and it's a good thing we're not writing that down on screen because it can't be screenshotted.
Yeah, I'm going to say Illinois wins 88 to 64.
Wow.
What?
Somebody is very negative about this team, folks, and it's not me.
How is that negative? Winning by 24 is negative?
Yes,
Holy
it is.
cow. Bootzilla, what's going on?
It definitely is. All right. I think we're done here.
Tommy says if they don't win by 25, he's going to be disappointed.
Fact. If they win by 24, I'm going to be pissed.
All right. We will see you guys Monday for the watch party.
Yep.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Do all those things. Follow us. We're at 600 and something now. Look at us.
Yep, we are. It's crazy.
Got recognized at the grocery store the other day. Somebody said, "Are you on the internet?" And I said, "Yeah, we do an Illinois basketball podcast." And he goes, "Illini guys." So that made me feel good.
Yeah.
So shout out to that guy when he watches and realizes we're not actually the Illini guys.
Yeah. Shout out.
All right.
All right. We'll see everybody Monday. Goodbye.